very electric first kiss in the 7th grade.
Bruh. What the fuck? Oh my gosh, bro.
She's just so down to earth.
Okay.
Well, we posted every Friday. See them corn emojis, then you know wise. I'm a jaded Gemini till the day I die. And I'ma talk my shit, but I don't play both sides. So nah.
Fun fact, if you look deep enough, I feel like we have talked about this lady on a highlight before. Way back in the day. When she first did this or had this smart plan.
To run away.
To run away from her husband, her kid, all this stuff. To go be with another man.
Oh, no.
And she made it seem like she got kidnapped and beat up. All this stuff. Like, we're going to do a refresher.
Oh, she got kidnapped and beat up. All right.
Yeah.
It just wasn't all of her that got kidnapped and beat up.
So now she is doing like a docuseries thing to prove that like she actually did get kidnapped. I wasn't lying. And
they said anything's possible now that Trump is president. You can like do anything you want out here. Just don't be cause no.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. When I first heard of this, I thought of Casey Anthony and how she came out with her little documentary trying to exonerate herself, and it's just like, take your W and go. Like, don't beat a dead horse. You got away with it. Like, stop.
I gotta sway the court of public opinion.
I guess so, right? Because what the hell, Beyonce?
I gotta do it.
Sherri Papini,
AKA Mr. Runaway for the pee-pee.
And she was in the news and all, talking about, oh, this happened to me and I was kidnapped and all this stuff. She was not.
Hey, Sherri, you're not a family man. You're not a family woman.
Definitely not.
You're running away for the peenie.
Haven't you ever lied? And then has that lie been blown up and broadcasted around?
Who else? Remember that, who was that girl that lied about getting
the wig?
Yeah, and the wig was on the side of the road. Who was that?
I forgot her name. I just call her Lil Wig.
Oh my gosh, y'all in the chat, please tell us what her name was.
She was wigging out.
And she was missing because her quote unquote boyfriend, she wanted attention from her boyfriend. What was her name?
There was a movie on Tubi about it
Carly
too.
Something.
Carly Muscle. Carly Russell.
Carly Russell?
Marley Muscle.
Carly Russell, like, talking about, haven't you ever lied? Not like that. Like, y'all are tripping.
Somebody did say Carly something in the
Carly
chat.
something.
Shout out to you, bro.
Carly something.
No, that's facts.
It's Carly something.
The world.
Sherri Papini, what you've never heard before.
The phone, it dropped.
What she now claims actually happened. Her then husband speaking his truth. I mean, essentially, you were the target of one of the biggest hoaxes perpetrated on America in years.
Next tonight, hear the desperate search for a missing mother in California.
Sherri Papini.
Sherri Papini.
Why did you lie?
I didn't do anything wrong.
Right now, you're not telling the truth. We're just doing something wrong.
Branding hockey pucks
hey,
against her arms and legs.
Whoa.
I wish I could.
That's what. Remember, when I was like, she did get beat up. Yeah, bro.
Because she would pretend she would stage this whole thing.
Or she was into some freaky deaky.
That's what I'm thinking too. And now you over here on some, I wish that I could just tell you guys that this was a real kidnapping. I don't believe it.
She said, I'm a Q-dog. That's why I was grinding.
I remember getting in the car, and you're trying to get there, and you're trying to get to this moment where I can't tell you.
There were definitely lots of people saying, oh, this is BS. It's an obvious hoax.
And now it all comes crumbling down.
This is very weird for me because I know that you know everything about everything.
It's important to remember there was no trial, so she's never spoken for herself.
The FBI said I made it all up. I really challenge anybody. How truthful are you?
But she lying.
Yeah.
What was that? How truthful are you?
Bitch, I'm not the one that ran away from my kid. What do I got to do with
ran away
this?
from your whole family. You crying, white woman fell down a well. What are we doing right now? Carly Russell.
Marley Muscle.
Sherri Papini.
The wig.
Seriously, like, what is going on right now?
Just all lies.
Where the truth lies.
Straight lies.
Yeah, she did go to jail for this. Yes. That's why I'm like, bruh.
Did she?
Yes, she did. I remember seeing pictures of her with a jumpsuit on.
Nah.
Bruh, look, she used to have a little short hair. Sherri Papini.
She was
I don't really like
sentenced
committing
to
to things.
18
I'm
months
scared.
in prison in the
That's what I'm
slammer.
saying. You did your
She
time.
also had to pay 300 bands. Is this so you can get your 300 bands back, bitch?
No, I'm telling you, this is on some narcissist BS. Like, you just want more publicity.
Sherri
trying to
Papini,
get that
world
300
famous
bands.
for her disappearing act in California in 2016. First, she claimed she'd been kidnapped and her captors had beaten, bound, and unbelievably branded her. Then she admitted she just made it all up. She pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI, and now, after prison, divorce, and public humiliation, she has something to say for herself in a new documentary. It's called Sherri Papini, Caught in the Lie, which premieres on May 26th on ID and streams on Max.
The Sherri Papini that's out there, it's not me. She's not real. It's just this version of me that has been created.
She's never spoken for herself. So what the public knows of Sherri is the interviews that she did, the police interrogations, where she is very...
Is that not her speaking for herself? Am I tripping?
Absolutely. Bro, she got locked. The feds locked her up. What do...
Tell her she didn't get to speak for herself. There's only the interrogation where she's speaking for her. She's speaking. Like, what?
actively misleading. She is very actively lying.
There's this version of the story of, oh, you're only talking now because you got caught. And?
Girl. And?
So that's her take on this?
What?
You're a liar too. You would have did it.
What is the angle?
Also, thank God. It's about time.
How did it come to this? Well, it's kind of a strange story. It all began, naturally, with that once upon a time of crime, a 911 call.
911, what is your emergency?
I just got home from work, and my wife wasn't there, which is unusual.
She was reported missing at about 5:30 p.m. on November 2nd.
Found her phone, it's got like hair ripped out of it, like in the headphones. So I'm like totally freaking out, thinking like somebody like grabbed her.
What's your wife's name?
Sherri, Sherri.
My name
This
is Sergeant.
fucking bitch ripped her hair out
Yes.
and put it on the
Yes. Bruh. Like, she's insane.
Oh yeah. This is gonna be a banger right here.
Love this.
Kyle Wallace with the Shasta County Sheriff's Office.
Crazy,
I was the lead investigator for the Sherri Papini investigation.
Okay, what's your last name?
Yes, Papini, P-A-P-I-N-I.
And your first name?
Keith.
The whole Sherri Papini story was just a huge bombshell to this area.
The search is intensifying for a wife and mother who disappeared while jogging in Redding, California.
The briefing was, we have a lady that's out jogging, came up missing, her husband came home not to find her, and then the kids were still at daycare.
Sherri was last seen about a mile from her home in Mountain Gate.
Search teams are looking everywhere. By a long, deep,
bohemian named Dexter.
slinging warrior.
Like, what?
Oh man, she got
to
put
piece
through the
together
ringer,
what
buddy.
happened to Sherri Papini.
She is considered at risk due to the suspicious circumstances.
There was definitely a sense of fear. We just knew that a young woman had been taken somewhere near the I-5 freeway.
Her family suspecting something went terribly wrong.
Someone took our daughter, snatched her out of the thin air.
What does it feel like to have that thought that somebody has abducted your wife?
Scared? I was scared.
Everything from day one had your hairs up on the back of your neck just trying to figure out what was going on.
Sherri's disappearance was the start of a mystery that
that
would grip the
draws?
entire country as detectives searched for answers in the rural Northern California town of Redding.
So freaky, bro. Oh,
Redding is unique. Northern California, 2 hours.
We do not care about your town. I'm so sorry about that. But, like,
it's unique.
And to be an important role in their lives.
From everyone we
Oh,
talked
you
to,
lying
Sherri,
here.
who was a stay-at-home mom, cherished her family life, doting on their 4-year-old son, Tyler, and their 2-year-old daughter, Violet.
I know my sister would never leave her children, never leave her babies.
They were a very nice couple, sweet young people.
She's just very kind-hearted and different from other girls that I have dated throughout the years. She's just so down to earth.
Keith and Sherri's love story is really rather sweet. They shared a
all jokes aside, I do think that she just left, because if she's been messing with the same dude since the 7th grade, hell yeah, she about to, instead of just, because some of the chat was like, why doesn't she just go cheat? Because it's an ego and pride thing. She wants to be an eternal victim. So it's like, no, I'm not going to go cheat where I can blatantly be the bad guy. I'm going to go get kidnapped and just go slip and fall on some D. Like, it's different.
And then
I
inadvertently,
fell.
she probably loved every, like...
That's what I'm saying. Like, she wanted to be with whoever she was with, and now she's trying to come here and rearrange the narrative on some, no, I was actually kidnapped, held against my own will, like...
But meanwhile, she was out here in the whip listening to the 50 Shades of Grey audiobook.
And meanwhile, the judge looked through all the evidence and sent your behind to jail, prison, whatever.
For
like,
18 months.
For 18 months. Like, come on. He was like, bro, you wasted all these resources and time.
And she got to get the 300 bands back. You know, the filmmaker was like, hey, how would you like to make 300 bands?
Anyone but Sherri. He knew he wanted to marry her, and he did in 2009. They later had 2 beautiful kids. They're all living together in the very...
Pictures absolutely perfect. Everybody's so happy. That is an incredible, stark contrast to the anguish we saw from Keith in November of 2016.
Take me back to that day. It was a little cold in the morning, but it was a nice day. I went to work and I didn't get home.
Random, but like, could you imagine if you came home and I wasn't here?
I got state-of-the-art wife surveillance on you. I would always know where you're at.
Because I was just like, bruh.
Nah, I would be very befuddled, Naj.
And then she'd be like, oh, what's going on? And then
I'd be like, Naja is somewhere handling business.
And then if you would have seen both of my phones and then like a clump of my hair next
now
to you,
that's
like,
when I'd have been like, Naja is cheating on me with some who
is he?
Who pulled my wife's hair out?
Oh my god.
Why was you doing that right there?
Oh my gosh. They put her on a lie detector test. December of 2024.
When you contacted me, I agreed to do this polygraph examination on the terms that this would be done 100% as it's supposed to be done per industry standards. So,
giving Dr. Phil.
Sherri has gone through quite a lot, and she wasn't truthful. We know that. Hello, I'm Brett. Nice to meet you too. And that's caused her some headaches. And so, I'm hoping that won't hurt her. To be honest,
I'm gonna
with me
ask
today.
99 people, and on one of them 99.
So what I need you to do is put your hands over your chest.
She gon' cut you off like cancer. End of the day, I'ma skate, switch your stance. Ain't no debate, need a plate for the stance. Yeah, I'm about my cake, if you ain't, get your bands up. Hundreds in the safe, they don't fold, they don't fan up. Nigga, when you piss, these stand up. Playing both sides, that's a bet.